Hey everyone, welcome to our Friday night True Crime After Dark episode live stream. As you can tell, it's going to be what they call it, casual Friday dress. That's why I have no camera tonight. So if you are in your pajamas listening and watching, just know you're not the only one. Anyway, but I will be back on camera Monday for our Missing Person Monday. But I hope everybody has had a good Thanksgiving. Hope everybody has had a good weekend. We had a good Thanksgiving. We just had a little get together at my brother's house. Just me and my mom and my brother and my nephews and a couple of his friends and my aunt. But it's family. So and it's a little hard this year, just for I know a lot of us are holidays are hard this year because we've recently lost loved ones. So just know that everybody, regardless if you have lost a loved one or not, everybody is always in my thoughts and prayers, and we can make it through. So I hope everybody has also had a good weekend. I've been doing nothing. Well, we went earlier. I've been watching football all day, of course, but this afternoon we did go up to my brother's house and eat a little bit of lunch with him, some leftovers, some good old cold turkey sandwiches and some leftovers, and talk for a little bit. And then we came back home and started in watching more football. And I'm watching I've got it on mute now, but I've been watching the Georgia and Georgia Tech game. And it's not going exactly as I thought it would go. I figured it would be a blowout with Georgia, the Bulldogs, winning. So somewhere in Florida, I'm sure that Mrs. Steve is not very happy right now because at halftime, I believe it's 17-0 Georgia Tech. So hopefully the Bulldogs can come back in second half. But anyway, let me see who all is here. Well, Junior checked in earlier as usual. He says hopefully I'll still be awake. And he said he was going to drink some espresso to try to stay awake. So hopefully Junior can make it back. If not, that's okay. He can watch replay. Miss Paula is here. Always good to have Miss Paula here. Always good to have Miss Barbara, Timmy's Legacy here. And I've got to. I did listen to the first live stream they did on Timmy's Legacy, a YouTube channel, which should still be pinned to the top of the chat, I hope. But if it's not, it's in the description box of the live stream, along with the link to the Facebook page and the link to the petition. Are all in the description box. But I did listen to most of the live stream. I believe it was Wednesday night. Me and my mom were prepping stuff for getting ready for Thanksgiving dinner, so I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch so I can watch and listen to everything. But from what I heard, Miss Barbara did an excellent job, as I knew she would. She's a wonderful human being. So please do check out Timmy's Legacy YouTube channel and the Facebook page if you have not, or Facebook group if you have not already. Please sign the petition if you have not already. If you've already done all those things, please share all the links anywhere and everywhere you can. Very important, very important. It is a cause that is near and dear to all our hearts around here. Well, Junior did make it back. He was here. Yep, he's here. Hello, Junior. Good to know that you made it back. Don't know how long we'll be on tonight. I've got lots of stuff now. We'll get to as much of it as we can, but there's a lot of missing person stories that I found that came up in my Google searches and notifications that I wanted to try to share with you guys. And we'll talk a little bit about this Hannah Kobayashi case that has just got even more heartbreaking and tragic. So we'll have a little bit of an update on that. Maybe some Menendez news. I don't think I saved the articles, but they were going to have a hearing, but it has been pushed, I believe, to January 30th for the first hearing, and then the second hearing, I don't know when that's supposed to be. So they won't be out for Christmas at the very least. So we might talk a little bit about that if we have time. And apparently, like I said, in whatever the last live stream we did, apparently one of I can't remember if it's Eric or Lyle's wife is now wanting a separation or a divorce or something of that nature. So, and apparently this didn't come about until after this whole talk of them maybe possibly being released. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what that's all about. Let's see. Mr. James is here. Always good to have Mr. James Tate here. Welcome, sir. So Mr. James says, so sorry, me and Marion will be having a life-changing event coming soon, going to surprise everyone. Okay, so I hope it's a good surprise. But just thoughts and prayers on whatever the surprise may be. We will be anxiously awaiting. Miss Darcy is here. Good to have you here, Miss Darcy. Absolutely. Good to see you. Yep, Ginger's still here. He's still awake. He's still awake. You are most welcome, Miss Barbara. Absolutely. I felt so bad that I couldn't actually be in the chat for that live stream, but like I said, we were trying to we were running a little bit late on getting stuff ready to cook and to prep. So but I will absolutely go back and watch and listen to each and every minute of it. Junior says he has been up, or has got to get up at 6 a.m. That's fine, Junior. You stay as long as you can. Absolutely. We enjoy however long you can stay with us. Is always a pleasure. And I don't know if you're in Michigan or Kentucky right now, but wherever you are, as always, I hope you and yours are doing well. Miss Paula said she would be back in a minute. Miss Darcy says she did an amazing job getting Timmy's story out. Absolutely. Miss Barbara always does an amazing job. Always does an amazing job. Anything that she does is amazing. Miss PJ checked in from lighting their way home. She says, popping in to say hello. On my way this weekend, I'll watch watch replay. Love you all. Absolutely, Miss PJ. I hope you are with family. I'm going to assume family and loved ones. So you enjoy that time with your family and loved ones. Absolutely. Please do check out Lighting Their Way Home, Miss PJ's channel. Absolutely wonderful channel, along with Timmy's Legacy and all our other friends that you can find. Some of them are linked in the description box, and all of them are linked. You can find them on the homepage of my channel. So please do check all of them out. All right, I think we're caught up, so we will get into some of the stuff we're going to talk about tonight. Let's say I have some missing person stories that I found come up in my Google notifications, some updates on some cold cases, just open chat, anything else you guys may have heard about that I have not heard about. Please do let me know. Because I do miss a lot of stuff. Like I said, it's been a busy week. So, hey, Far, there's our friend, Far Q from Australia. How are you doing, my dear? Good to have you here. Absolutely. Far is a rock star. Always good to have Miss Far here. All right, so let me see what we got first. This one is, I just wanted to share this though. It's not the outcome we wanted for a missing person. This is one that I actually had not heard about. But the family did send just just let me read the article to you and let you hear what the family said. But this is from Utah, I believe. And this article is from the 25th. Body of missing, and I don't know if I'm going to say this right, Santaquin man found. Family urges those in need to seek help. And they say, quote, "Your life matters deeply." So it says the body of a Santaquin man who had been missing since Friday, November 22nd, was found on Sunday evening. The family of Tom Galloway posted the update on social media shortly after noon on Monday, 3 days after the 30-year-old was reported missing. He was found in Goshen, Utah, which is a small town about 7 miles east of Santaquin. The family statement reads, the family extends their sincerest gratitude to every single person who helped spread the word and joined in the search for Tom over these difficult days. Your support, compassion, and efforts have meant so much to them during this challenging time. And it goes on to say Galloway's family said that he was the life of the party. That described him as being outgoing and animated. He had a love of musical theater, his cats, and horror movies. A lot of us, I know we have a lot of horror movie fans here. In the wake of his passing, his family said that they want to highlight the importance of mental health and self-harm awareness. The family said, quote, "If you or someone you know is struggling, please know that you are not alone. Help is available and your life matters deeply." Those looking for immediate support can call or text the National Self-Harm and Crisis Lifeline at 988. And additional resources can be found through the National Alliance on Mental Illness, Utah at namiut.org, or through the Utah Self-Harm Prevention Coalition at utahsuicideprevention.org. So, like I said, this not the outcome, obviously, that we want in a missing persons case, but I just thought it was important to share the family's message. Absolutely, that everyone's life matters. You know, things are rough sometimes, and help is always there. You know, but you just have to you have to reach out for it. So we'll say thoughts and prayers, absolutely, obviously, to Tom's family, and just hope they get the comfort and the help that they will need in the coming days, months, years. just a sad situation. All right. Let's see. Uh, just making sure I'm still caught up in comments right quick. All right. So let's next. So next we have a actually good news. If I can get my mouse or my cursor doesn't want to work. A little bit of a good news story about a missing person. I think it was 25 years old. It was 1999. So a man, and this article is from the 26th of this month. So a man who went missing in 1999 is found alive after his sister sees his picture in a news article, and this is according to the sheriff. So a California man who went missing 25 years ago has been found at a hospital after his sister saw his picture in a news article. The discovery unfolded when the sister called authorities on Friday to say that she was sent a USA Today article, which had been published this spring. Oh, goodness, my cat's in here. Biscuit's in here climbing around. So if you hear stuff crashing, where you going, dude? Dude, you're knocking stuff off. Where you going? Don't knock all my stuff over. Well, you can't. Okay, you're gonna have to go somewhere, dude. Okay. He thinks he's got to climb all everything just to get on the bed instead of just jumping straight onto the bed. Anyway, that's Biscuit for you. Anyways, okay, so where was I at? The discovery unfolded when the sister called authorities on Friday to say that she was sent a USA Today article published this spring that showed a photo of a man. Sorry, I'm just making sure he's not climbing somewhere he's not supposed to be. That showed a photo of a man who looked like her brother, and this is according to the Lassen County Sheriff's Office. The woman's brother had vanished in 1999 from Dole, California, which is near Reno, Nevada, and it appears he went missing voluntarily, according to the sheriff's office. The USA Today article published this spring. Sorry, I'm getting rid of ads out of the way. Asked the public to help identify a nonverbal man who was in a hospital in the Los Angeles area. This is once again according to the sheriff's office. Lassen County Sheriff's Deputy Derek Kendamore contacted the hospital and learned that the unidentified man was transferred to another LA area hospital in July. A Los Angeles police detective went to the second hospital, fingerprinted the patient, which confirmed his identity as the man reported missing in 1999. Kendamore gave the man's sister the news, and the family will soon be reunited. The sheriff's office is keeping the man's identity private, which is understandable. His sister, quote, was very excited. Captain Mike Carney of the Lassen County Sheriff's Office told ABC News on Tuesday. She was very appreciative that we took the time just to follow up on it. She was over the moon and anxious to call other family members to let them know. And she said it's going to make their Thanksgiving that much better. Absolutely. Carney called this, quote, a perfect example of not giving up on missing persons cases. Absolutely. That's why we say around here, always never lose hope. Never lose hope, because you never, ever know what can happen. You know, we have happy endings, happy endings. He also said, be tenacious when it comes to these things, because there are family members that want answers. So I just wanted to share that with you. Some good news. We don't always have a lot of good news to share, but this is definitely a good news story that I wanted to share. So once again, thoughts, prayers, and good vibes to that family. Now it did not say. It just said he was nonverbal and he was having to learn how to basically walk again, talk again. So I don't know if he had a medical event. I don't know if he was home, unhomed, homeless at the time, or what the situation was, or maybe had an accident. But at least now he has his family, and I think I'm going to have to lock Little Biscuit out of here because he is running amok. But at least now he has a family to help him go through whatever, to help him through his recovery. Sorry, I'm keeping my eye on Biscuit to make sure he doesn't go absolutely crazy. All right, let me get back down to, I should have marked where I left off. A bunch of comments popped up, which is absolutely fantastic. Good to see everybody here. Thank you to everybody who's in chat. Thank you to all the lurkers. Thank you to anybody who's watching replay. Hold on just 1 second. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, Little Biscuit was just getting a little bit too rambunctious. I didn't want him to totally destroy everything during the live stream. Okay, let me get caught up in comments quickly. Oh. Let me know if y'all can still hear me. Okay, yeah. All right, there we go. Okay, so let me get back down to where I was. See if anybody's snuck in on me. Oh, okay. So Miss Darcy says, I just saw on Facebook that Baltimore County Police Department has a critically endangered child missing. All right, let me. So Baltimore County. Is it an Amber Alert or anything? Let me just let me see if I can find anything on it. Working on the fly here. But that is what we do. Get me picking away on my keyboard if it'll. Oh, come on. I'm just looking on Google. Do you happen to know a name? Did he give a name? It's okay. So Darcy said no. They just hashtagged critical missing. Let me see. This here's an article from 7 hours ago. No, this is one. Baltimore County Police seek help in identifying young child found in Essex. So I don't know if that's the same one that you're talking about. I'm not seeing anything, but once again, sometimes Google is a little bit slow on getting a little bit slow on getting updates. So, Miss Darcy, if you find any more information, just stick it in there and I'll see what I can find. Because once again, I'm not seeing anything except for the 7 hours ago, the article about a child had been found that they were trying to identify in Baltimore County. She says Baltimore County Police are asking for the public's assistance in identifying a young girl believed to be 3 or 4 years old who is found near Middleborough Road and Route 702 in Essex. The child referred to as Malaysia by authorities is described as approximately 3 feet 6 inches tall, weighing 30 pounds. She was wearing a white sweater with pink bow, pink pants, and white sneakers when she was discovered. Police have not disclosed further details about how or when the child was found, but are urging anyone with information about her identity or family to contact them immediately. Concerned individuals can call 911 or the Baltimore County Police Department at 410-887-0220. It says a search for the child's guardians or family is ongoing. Okay, so 12-year-old Azoria Neely. All right, let me look that up. Thank you, Miss Darcy. Bear with me for a minute, guys. Okay, make sure I spell it right. O-R-I, Azoria Neely, missing. Okay, let me see if I can get this Facebook to come up. Sometimes Facebook will, there it is. Okay. And I'll see if it will let me share my screen. Come on. Facebook is always slow on my computer. Well, should have been at the top of the. I'm looking, guys. I'm looking. Still looking. Oh, wow. There's so many. This is on the, I don't even know what Facebook page or group this is. I'm not finding anything on that. I think I saw where Miss Darcy had. Okay. Critical missing 12-year-old Azoria Neely, 5'8", 125 pounds, last seen in the Towson area, wearing a black zip-up hooded sweatshirt, black and red pajama pants, and white shoes. Thank you, Miss Darcy, for that. Let me see if I can, let me try this one. Once again, it's on Facebook, so it takes it a minute to. Oh, there it is right there on the very front. Okay, let me see if it will let me share my screen. Take that down for a minute. Take that down so we can see the. May take it a second to come up. It's working on it. Right, let me change my layout right quick and make it a little bit bigger for you guys. Or not. Hopefully I'm not fixing to lose my. Okay, so missing child alert. That is a picture of her update. Oh, she has been located. Azoria Neely has been located. Thank you for sharing. And I don't know when this update was, but she has been located. Thank God. Thank God. Update. Azoria Neely has been located. So another happy ending, but thank you so much, Miss Darcy, for bringing that to our attention. But she has been located. Hallelujah. All right. Stop sharing that. Go back over here. Get caught up in comments once again. Welcome, Not a Drama Nana. Good to have you here. Haven't seen you in a while. Always good to have you here. Our friend JP is here. Always good to have John Paul Hansen here. Miss Paula said he's alive. Are you talking about this last story we were talking about? Yes, he is alive. Apparently he's got some health problems right now. They said he's nonverbal. Basically has to learn to walk again and things of that nature. So I don't know if he had a health crisis, an accident. They haven't released any information, even his name or the family's name, understandably. They need their privacy at this time. But yes, he is alive. They found him through somebody sent his sister apparently a picture of what did I say? The U.S. Sun had put a picture asking if anybody knew who this gentleman was, because he had been found in this condition and taken to the hospital and was nonverbal. And this was last spring, I believe, when they said they put the picture in the news article, and someone sent it to his sister. And she got in touch with the authorities, and they fingerprinted him, and it is him. 25 years later, he was found alive. So a happy ending to his story. Yep, absolutely. Miss Paula says that is so sweet. Nice to have some good news. I love family reunions. Absolutely. Yep. Miss Barb says happy for the family. I bet they are over the moon. Yes, ma'am. There's our doodle bug. Hey Doodle, how you doing? Yes, please hit that like button. Always good to see Miss Doodle here. Please do check out Miss Doodle's channel. Excellent channel. She does excellent work. Hello, Aquarian One. Good to have you here. Sorry I'm late. No, you're not late. You're fine. Just got home from work and fed the critters. Hey, I understand that. I understand that. Always good to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, Miss Persevere. Good to have you here. Says, hi, Southern Guy. I'm glad you're covering this. Hi, chat. Good to have Miss Persevere here. Another excellent channel. Please do check out Miss Persevere. Welcome, welcome. It's good to see all these faces in here tonight and all these other wonderful creators and the wonderful community. You guys are awesome. Yes, Darcy says, oh, good. It must have just been updated. Yeah, apparently. It didn't give a time that it was updated. It just had hashtag update that Azoria had been found. So Doodlebug says, thank you, Jesus. Absolutely. Welcome, Ryu. Good to have you here. Haven't seen you for a minute. Good to have you here. Good to see everybody here I didn't know how many people we'd have here tonight. Understandably, it's a holiday weekend. People spending time with their families. Absolutely. Always need to spend as much time as we can with our families. You are absolutely welcome. All right, I think I'm caught up. So we will see what we have next. Like I said, we got lots of story. Okay, so we're gonna talk a little bit about this. This case just becomes more and more bizarre and heartbreaking and tragic every time something new comes up about it. So if I have a, let me get the article going. Hannah Kobayashi has been missing. And unfortunately, I believe it was sometime, it'll tell in the article, her father had gone to LA looking for her. And unfortunately, they found him deceased. And apparently it was from self-harm, self-inflicted. It gives a little bit of it in the article, but it's just such a bizarre, heartbreaking, tragic case. Like I said, it just seems like every time something new comes out about it, it just gets even more bizarre and even more tragic and heartbreaking. But this article is from the 28th, so it is from yesterday. And it says missing, I lost my cursor. There it is. Missing Hawaiian woman, Hannah Kobayashi's chilling text messages may be from someone, quote, controlling her, and this is according to her sister. So it says the troubling text messages sent from missing Hawaii woman Hannah Kobayashi's phone may have been from someone, quote, controlling her, the aspiring photographer's sister claimed, with the belief that Hannah is still alive. Hannah has been missing since November 11th, when she never boarded her connecting flight in Los Angeles during her trip from Hawaii to New York. The 31-year-old had texted a friend saying she, quote, got tricked into pretty much giving away all my funds, before a follow-up text claimed that she was supposedly hoodwinked, a quote, for someone I thought I loved. So if this was her, and they're not entirely sure that she is the one that sent these text messages, from what I understand, but if it was her that was sending these, at least these first two text messages, you got to wonder who this quote for someone, she was hoodwinked by someone she thought she loved. I mean, who is this person? Is it somebody she had known before, somebody she had met online, or her small amount of time that she had spent in LA or in New York? It's just very, very bizarre and so frightening and confusing. So Hannah's sister Sydney felt that the mysterious messages were, quote, not like her. She says, this is completely out of character for my sister. Intuitively knowing her and being so close to her my entire life, I just know this is absolutely not like her. She goes on to say, especially with those text messages that she just left, that she last sent, just in my mind, it feels like someone was controlling her, or it might not even have been her who sent the messages. The two messages were sent just before her phone was turned off, and apparently two separate Venmo payments, which I said possibly made for tarot readings, are being looked at by law enforcement. Hannah's aunt, Lori Pigeon, told the U.S. Sun, quote, we have been made aware, and so have the LAPD. It is in their hands. So I'm assuming they're referring to these two Venmo payments from her account. Sydney called the whole situation bizarre, as her sister would, quote, have never done anything like this to our family. Since a missing persons report was filed, the Kobayashi family has flown to Los Angeles to help in the search efforts. The family had initially been left in the dark by detectives and hadn't heard from an official for the first 10 days, only reaching out after the family gathered and began their search for Hannah in downtown LA. The family has since received regular updates on the case, with the lead detective conferring with Hannah's mother. Sydney teased that her family received information which leads them to believe that Hannah is still alive. So Obviously, they're not going to divulge exactly what information they have. Um, but from whatever information they have, they think that Hannah is still alive and possibly uh, been kidnapped, being held hostage, or, by either a complete stranger that grabbed her or somebody that she met after she got there and it got acquainted with. It's just so many horrifying possibilities. Her mother, no, Sydney goes on to say her sister says we can't divulge it yet. I don't think people understand that we have to be very careful of what we do release because we're getting thousands and thousands of tips from everywhere. So that is very understandable about not releasing a whole lot of information. Since Hannah's disappearance, the Kobayashis have faced several hardships, culminating in the tragic death of their father. Ryan Kobayashi, as he was searching for his daughter, did take his own life. Just trigger warning. I forgot to let me put my banner up, or my creeper up. I always forget to put it up. Just a trigger warning. Let me get to the right place here. All right, there's my banner. Okay, so just trigger warning. Oh, now my article disappeared. Come on, come back. There it is. Police did confirm that Ryan Kobayashi, 58, passed away after. Sorry, swatting ads. Passed away after he jumped off a parking structure near LAX sometime around 4 a.m. on Sunday. Oh my goodness, hold on. Everything, ads are popping up everywhere. Let me get back down to where I was at. Sorry guys, 1 second. Okay. So Ryan Kobayashi passed away after he jumped off a parking structure near LAX sometime around 4 a.m. Sunday. This was last Sunday, or this past Sunday, 6 days after his daughter was reported missing. Sydney Kobayashi remembered her father as a loving, caring, kind-hearted individual who, quote, fought until his last breath looking for his daughter. Sydney says, quote, we ask that you just give our family some grace. Imagine if it was your loved one. So that's just a very, very sad update. But apparently, like I said, they think that with this information that they have, that sorry, everything's malfunctioning on me as usual. Could still be alive out there somewhere from this whatever this information is that they have. And I apologize if my voice sounds scratchy as usual. Between the weather here can't decide if it's going to be hot or cold. So we got alternate between having the heat on and turning the air on or opening up the windows. It's not good for the sinuses. Let me get caught up right quick. Yes, absolutely. Paula says it's Black Friday, also busiest shopping day of the year. Oh, I don't even anymore. I worked retail at a Walmart for 15 years, so I went through 15 Black Fridays working Black Fridays at Walmart. So I don't even do it. I do most of my shopping online now. Online is easier, no people. I just can't do it. When you work in retail for that many years, you just yeah, it's a no-go. Oh, Miss PJ says she's back. She can't sleep yet. I'm sorry, Miss PJ. I'm glad you're back, but I'm sorry that you can't sleep. Let's see. Yeah, anybody with a wrench, Miss PJ still here. She can throw in Miss Persevere's link if she already hasn't. I'm behind in chat. Anybody with a wrench can throw it in. So there is Doodlebugs. Miss PJ got Doodlebugs link in there. And there is Miss PJ's channel. And absolutely, there is Miss Persevere's channel. Thank you so much, Doodle and PJ, for throwing in the links. Absolutely couldn't do it without you guys, without you mods, friends, everybody with wrenches that helps throw Miss Darcy says, if it'll come up, can I email you a link to an interview of one of the Venmo people? I would love your input. Yeah, you can. Yeah, are you talking about for this case or a different case? Absolutely. Give me 1 minute, and I can throw my. You may already know my email, but if not, yeah, southerngaltruecrime@hotmail.com. Absolutely, you can email me anything, and I will take a look at it and give you my input. Absolutely. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for you guys. So there it is, southerngaltruecrime@hotmail.com. And you can also find it in the description of the live stream, on the description of the channel description. But that is it. Absolutely. You may email me. Get back down. Caught up in comments. They keep jumping on me. Yes, it is. Miss PJ says it's a lot easier on the laptop to share links. Absolutely. That's what I do when I'm modding in other chats, like with Dave or Arctic or whoever I may be in, because I'm on the YouTube side of it. I can just click on their name in the chat, and I can go right to the channel, grab the link, and pop it in the chat. Just 2 shakes of a lamb's tail, and it's done. Welcome, Marissa. Good to have you back. Haven't seen you in a while either. Always good to have Miss Marissa here. Okay, Miss Darcy says this case, absolutely, yes. I would love to see, yeah, about those Venmo, the 2 Venmo things I said could be possibly related to tarot card reading or tarot readings. Miss Paula says, has anyone seen the JonBenet Ramsey docuseries on Netflix yet? No, I've heard about it. I plan on watching it. Yep, like Nana, not a drama. Nana says it's on my watch list. It is on my watch list also, along with a bunch of other things. But yeah, I've definitely seen things about it on online and on YouTube. So it's definitely on my watch list also. And Miss Paula says it's also on her watch list. I have watch lists on everything, on Netflix, on Hulu, all the other streaming services that I have, which is not a whole lot. Most of them are the basic plan. I only pay for, I think, two or three cheap plans, and then the rest of the whatever I watch stream has to be free. Plus, I have a DVR full of stuff that I have to binge watch to get my DVR cleared out at some point. But it'll have to be after football season. All right. Okay. Aquarian one says, talking about JonBenet, says, not yet. That is a strange case. Yes, JonBenet Ramsey, excuse me, is a very, very strange. All right, so next we have a missing that popped up in, once again, my Google notifications. So let me find that article. This is Tiffany Catalfamo. Catalfamo. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And this is from, where is this from? It'll tell in the article. So police search for missing Jeanette woman last seen in October. And this article is from November 24th. Police are looking for a woman who was last seen in October. In a Facebook post shared Sunday, officials are asking for help in searching for 38-year-old Tiffany Catalfamo, who was last seen on October 14th. Tiffany is said to be 5'2" tall, and that is on the right. There is one of her missing posters. 5'2" tall, 120 pounds, hazel eyes and brown hair. She is also said to have a distinctive mole on her right cheekbone and a tattoo running down her spine. She was reportedly seen around the areas of Uniontown, Connellsville, Mount Pleasant, and Jeanette, the post said. And I'm still unsure what state this is from. It doesn't tell. Let me see if I can read it off of the... Oh, Pennsylvania. Okay, so it's from Pennsylvania. Jeanette was said to be on foot and carrying bags with clothes and personal belongings. She has not been in contact with her family since October 26th, and anyone with information is asked to call the police. And let me see if I can... I can't read that very small writing, even on my computer. I think it's 814-472-2100, I believe, is the number. West Hills Police Department. They're on the flyer. So I'm going to, when I get time, look for any updates or any, if there's any other additional information on this case. Hopefully. All right. Yes. Miss Paula says, agree. Very strange. We're talking about John Bonet. Excellent. Darcy says she's seen it. Excellent. I will take a look at it after we get done here. Thank you so much, ma'am. All right. Let's see what we have next. Another missing person, or actually a missing family. And I did not check for any updates today or last night for any of these. So if you see any of these missing that have been updated, please do let me know. But this is from, let me bring up the article. Let me find the right article. Oh, actually, before we do that, I did have, let me go back, an additional article for Tiffany. Let me go grab that. I believe it's a interview, just a short article interview with her sister. All right, waiting for it to come up. Okay, so this article is from the 26th. It says, we will bring Tiffany home. A sister of missing Westmoreland County woman pleads for her whereabouts. Tiffany Catalfamo was last seen on October 14th. The last time anyone heard from her was a few days later on October 26th. But it wasn't until weeks later on November 13th that she was reported missing. It's just one of the many pieces her younger sister finds herself confused by. It was the morning of November 14th when Nicole McMahon said her fiance received a text from Tiffany's husband asking if anyone had seen Tiffany. She said that to her knowledge, Tiffany was staying with family and then returned back to the home she shares with her husband in Jeanette. So she asked her sister's husband about their last interaction. She said, I'm leaving to go get vapes. I love you, John, and took a couple of bags of her belongings and left, said McMahon, the younger sister of Tiffany. So that's very strange. If she was just going, now this is, once again, I'm not saying, I'm just saying, I'm not blaming or, casting doubt on anybody's story, but he says, you know, she says she was going to leave, just going to leave to get vapes, but then she took a couple of bags of belongings and left. That would raise some red flags for me if it, um, uh, I don't know if he thought that was strange. You guys let me know in comments what you think. So she said that was the last time he said he had seen or heard from his wife. McMahon said her sister missed an important doctor's appointment, which she says is very uncharacteristic of her sister. She said that when she decided to take matters into her own hands and work to get the word out about her missing sister, at this point, a reporter asked her, at this point, do you think your sister is alive? And her sister says, I have no idea, to be honest with you. And because of these efforts, McMahon said there was one sighting of her sister at a gas station in Mount Pleasant. She says they confirmed it was her, and they came out and told her husband and I both that they confirmed that it was her, but they said that the get-go camera cut off. So apparently they don't know where she went or what direction she went when she left this gas station, apparently. Now she is sharing this message with her sister or anyone who has been in contact with her. Quote, call someone to let us know that you're okay. If you honestly just don't want to be bothered right now and you don't want to talk to anybody, we respect that. I can't continue to live not knowing if my sister is deceased or alive. Pittsburgh Action News 4 reached out to the Jeanette Police Department, but as of when this article was written, they had not heard back from them. So that's just a little bit more information. Very interesting. I mean, wouldn't you, if it was me, if I was her husband, and, once again, if he's telling the truth, I'm not saying that he's not, but if she says, hey, I'm just going to go out and get some vapes, but yet she takes 2 bags of belongings with her, I think I would find that just a little bit red flaggy. But let me see what you guys have to say. Hey, Miss Barb did it. I knew you could do it. Miss Barb is throwing in links. Hey, Chris. Glad you could make it. Good to have you here. Always, sir. Yes, so I will once again see if I can find any other information. We'll keep I'll absolutely keep an eye on this case. Just something about that story, either way, if he's telling the truth and that's what she said, I'm just going to go out to get vapes, but she took 2 belongings and just disappeared. Obviously she had a reason to want to get out of that situation or get away from that life. Or second possibility, is he telling the truth? Once again, I'm not saying he's not telling the truth, but you just have to consider every aspect. Chris says I should reach out to Jason Oling. Absolutely. Or he can reach out to me. I'm in a lot of his Facebook groups, Facebook pages that he has. Absolutely. Absolutely, Aquarian. That would be my question. Aquarian says, I wonder why he didn't ask her where she was going with 2 bags of belongings. That's what I'm saying. Like I said, if somebody said, hey, honey, I'm going to run out and get some vapes, and leaves the house with 2 bags of belongings, I know a lot of women carry big purses around with a lot of stuff to just go run errands, but 2 bags of belongings, yeah, a little bit strange. Marissa says, it is strange. He may have thought she was donating some clothes. That's possible. And my mother-in-law told her parents she was going to get smokes because they watched the baby. She returned, oh my goodness, 5 years later. I know, and it does, things like this do happen. So, I mean, that's why I say I'm absolutely not, not saying, trying to imply that her husband's not telling the truth. But yeah, it's just very strange. Very, very strange. And it doesn't say if they had children or not. I don't think it mentioned any children. But nonetheless, absolutely strange. Bizarre, bizarre, bizarre. Reminds me of that song from the 90s, How Bizarre. I can't even remember who sang that. I just heard it not too long ago on the radio. Yes, very, very strange. We'll definitely keep our eyes on this one. All right, let me mark where I was at. All right, now we will go to this missing family. I believe it's mom, dad, and 3 children. So let me find that article. And that is a flyer there on the right-hand side of the slide with pictures and descriptions of all. Um, uh, oh, don't tell me I did not save the article. Hold on, I might have to search for the article. I thought I had everything bookmarked. Somehow my bookmarks have disappeared. Because that next one is not it. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna have to find the article. Let's see, Gerardo Roman. Okay, 1 second. Sorry, guys. Apparently I forgot to bookmark that article that I was going to read about this case. And let me see. I'm going to try to find the same article, KLTV, or if they have an updated one. Trying to find the most recent one. Most recent ones. Oh, here's one from 4 days ago. So expanded search for missing Harrison County family remains fruitless. And this may be the one that I have was bookmarked. I was going to read. This is from the 25th. The ongoing search for, and this is from Harrison County, Texas. The ongoing search for a Harrison County family last seen November 17th has still returned no results. Gerardo Roman, 27, Alondra Rodriguez, 26, and their 2 children, Giselle, 8, and Gerardo Jr., 5, are still missing since the initial report on November 15th. So why does it have a picture of 3 children? Or maybe it's just 2. I'm confused. Oh, I guess that it has 2 pictures of the little girl of Giselle. Okay. So the mom, dad, Giselle, and then the kids, Giselle, 8, and Gerardo Jr., 5, are still missing. 3 family members were seen on a game camera recording 2 days later. Harrison County Sheriff B.J. Fletcher said he thinks the case is baffling. He says there's been no contact, no family contact. Nobody seems to know where they are at. He says at this point, it's still considered a welfare check. He says it's not illegal to pick up and spontaneously go somewhere if that's what you want to do. But when you have heightened awareness like this, and we have an obligation to assure that you're okay if people think you aren't. Law enforcement thoroughly searched the family's property. Fletcher said just to eliminate any concern or worry on the property and surrounding property, We ran a couple cadaver dogs and the Shreveport fire dogs throughout the entire property. We even went to another property where a location ping had given us the whereabouts, but both those things came up empty. What they did locate on the property, however, were things people would normally take on a trip. Their vehicles were left behind. Yeah, it's kind of hard to go somewhere without a vehicle. Their clothes, they said their clothing was in the house. He says investigators have spoken with other family members and they have not heard from any of them. Fletcher said there are a lot of people upset that we can't find them within their family, that are tirelessly looking for them with us, and we just want to know that they are okay. They have even reached out to the border states. Fletcher said they are on the facial recognition scans for Border Patrol. The sheriff says they have contacted several other law enforcement agencies who are aiding in the search. He adds that all family members are American citizens. Fletcher adds there were no signs of foul play inside the family home, and so far, still no sign of the family. So anyone with more information is asked to contact the Harrison County Sheriff's Office at 903-923-4000. And you can report information anonymously through Crime Stoppers at 903-935-9969. So another very bizarre case. Let's just hope that they just, for some reason, decided just to pick up willingly of their own accord and leave for whatever reason that they may have. That would be best case scenario, and that something has not happened to them. So let me see what you guys have to say. Chris said, I sent it to Jason. What did you send? Yes. Aquarian says, poor kids. I hope they're okay. Absolutely. Yeah. So it's 2 children. I was confused. That's 2 pictures of the girl, of Giselle, there on the flyer. So the mother, Alondra, the father, Gerardo, Giselle, and Gerardo Jr. Very, very scary. Like I said, I hope they did leave of their own accord for whatever reason they may have had. See, that's what I'm hoping didn't happen. Paula says, is it possible that they were kidnapped? I hope not. Hope and pray that that is not the case. Chris was asking Marissa, what do you think about the internet law in your country? That is great news. I must have missed something. I don't know what the law is. You'll have to fill me in. All right. Let me mark that, and we'll see what we have next. This one is horrible. And once again, I have not looked for any updates today on this one. So this is well, that picture is the last known picture of little London Kerr. I believe they would be 5 years old now. So this article is from November 20th. Police continue searching for child allegedly given away by mother in 2022 substance deal, illegal substances. So apparently, they're thinking or alleging that this, don't even want to call mother. The person who was responsible for taking care of this child, which was the mother, allegedly gave away this child who would now be 5 years old, presumably in exchange for illegal substances. It's just horrifying and just Okay, so it says police in Oklahoma are searching for a child who vanished 3 years ago after her mother allegedly gave her to a man selling her illegal substances, and this is according to reports. The Moore Police Department has been investigating the disappearance of London Kerr, who has reportedly been missing since she was 2 years old, and she would be 5 years old as of 2024. Her mother, identified as Ashley Rowland, was taken into custody for child desertion in connection to this case in October and accused of giving her to a man during a substance exchange. The details came to light when the State Department of Health could not locate the baby in April of 2023 during a pickup order, resulting in them contacting Rowland, and this is according to local news stations citing court records. Per the reports, Rowland initially said that the baby was with her father in Georgia, but officials found out that that story was not true. When speaking to investigators, she allegedly confessed that she gave her baby, to a man identified as Carlos, who she brought illegal substances from, or she brought, I don't know if it was brought or bought, illegal substances from in 2022. And that is the last time she also saw baby London. She also told them that Carlos claimed that he was going to go to Mexico at the time. More police said investigators have been searching for clues to track London down. Since Rowland's arrest, more police and detectives have searched multiple properties, storage units, and electronic devices regarding London's birth certificate, social security information, clothing, toys, or anything that could lead to identifying London or her whereabouts. And this is according to a police department press release. Despite their efforts, they have only been able to obtain photos of her. The department has formally tapped the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation to help them with this case. The department said the Moore Police Department has done everything in its power to locate London within our jurisdiction and plans to file additional charges related to the disappearance of London Kerr. A spokesperson told USA Today that London has been added to NCIC, and according to reports, the mother, Ashley Rowland, did bond out of jail. So this is just a make your blood boil type of situation. Oh my goodness. Hopefully they will find this baby, because to me, 5 years old is still a baby. But you can see that picture over there. That was the last picture apparently that they had of her. And I believe it said she was around 2 years old in that picture on the slide. Just unbelievable. All right. Let me see. Okay. Okay. Darcy says still no updates on London. Oh, gotcha. Chris says Australia is the first country to have people under 16 years old not use the internet. I think that they need, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, I think that should be the way it is here. I'm telling you. They should, I mean, at least be 18, 18 years old, you're considered an adult, even though your brain doesn't not fully developed until you're in your 20s. But yeah, I think that is amazing. Yeah, definitely. I think that would solve some problems. Now, of course, kids, teenagers are, as in all of history, will find a way around and find out how to do things they're not supposed to do. But It's a start. It would be a start. Yes, Aquarian says that is horrible about baby London. Absolutely. Miss Barbara says she saw the Harrison family. Yes, that we were talking about earlier. Shared. Yes. Um, yeah, because I think after I saw it popped up on my Google notifications, that article, I did go to Facebook, and I think that's where I found that flyer at, is on Facebook. So, like I said, once again, just hope that the Harrison family, for whatever reason, has chosen to disappear of their own accord, and that they are all safe somewhere. Um, yeah, I mean, can you imagine exchanging, your trading your baby for illegal substances? It's just beyond me, beyond me. So Marissa says the understanding is that the initial application for each site, you will have to provide identification to prove your age. I think that's excellent. Um, which I don't know. Well, actually, you can make it, because I know, because I do Spark deliveries for Walmart, and um, when I applied, I had to take a picture of my driver's license, and so they would know it was me, actually me applying for the job. And when I log into the app when I work, it has to scan my face every time I log in to make sure that it's me logging in, actually me logging in to the app, to use it to work. So technology's come a long way. Yes, Chris says London's case is very creepy. Absolutely. Uh, Marissa says we have laws that under 18s are not allowed to buy knives, and if you look under 25, you have to show ID. I think that's an excellent law too. Uh, Darcy says Delaware State Police on Facebook has issued a gold alert for. Do you have names? It's easier. It's easier to look up if I have names, but yeah. Um, so what's a gold alert? Is it for an adult, or because I know we have silver alerts here, in most places for adults, endangered adults. Yeah, just any information, and I will look it up. Let me see if I can just put in Delaware State Gold Alert and see if anything comes up. Punch on my keyboard here again. Um, there's one from one day ago for a teenager. State police issue gold alert for missing Dover teen. Oh, okay. 60-year-old Samuel Crockett. Okay. 1 second. If I can spell. Let me just put in Samuel Crockett. Hold on. Talking to myself while I type here. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Aquarian ask, is a silver alert for elderly folks with Alzheimer's dementia? Yeah, at least here in Arkansas, they issue a silver alert for any elderly person that may have health problems, Alzheimer's, dementia. Yes, absolutely. That is what, as far as Arkansas. Now, I don't know about other states what their criteria is, but yeah, if they have any kind of um, very bad health problems, such as if they have to use oxygen, if they're, rely on medications that they don't have with them, if they have Alzheimer's, dementia, yes. Okay, Darcy said it was posted 51 minutes ago. Once again, I'm just on Google sometimes, but usually Google will bring up the Facebook post. Okay, Darcy says he was last seen leaving Christina Hospital in Newark, and that's in Delaware or New Jersey. Okay, let me make sure I put in the right. Yeah, Samuel Crockett missing. Let me try searching again. Let me see if I can go to Darcy says he was seen getting on a DART bus. Let's see if I can get Facebook to come up on my computer. Let's see. It's working. It's working. Let me see if I can get anything to come up. All right, here we go. Okay. I found it. Let me share my screen. Hold on just 1 second. Okay, let me take that down so we can see it. All right, may take it once again a second to come up. Okay. Gold alert, missing endangered person. Delaware State Police have issued a gold alert for 60-year-old missing endangered Samuel Crockett. He is 60 years old, 6'1", 165 pounds, brown eyes, short dark hair. Last seen 11/27 boarding a DART bus after leaving a Christiana Hospital in Newark around 6:55 p.m. Attempts to locate or contact Samuel have been unsuccessful, and there is a concern about his safety and well-being. Last seen wearing black rimmed glasses, gray sweatshirt, black pants, and black sneakers. Anyone with information regarding Samuel Crockett's whereabouts is asked to contact Delaware State Police Troop 6 at 302-633-5000. You can also contact Delaware Crime Stoppers at 800-847-3333. And there is a picture of Mr. Crockett. So thank you once again, Darcy. So if you want, you can take a screenshot of it, or that. Let me put this information back up, or you can go to, this is from National Center for Missing and Endangered Inc. Facebook page. Once again, there is his picture. All right, so we got that. Thank you. Thank you once again. Thank you, Darcy. All right, let me get back down in the comments. I'll leave his picture up there for a minute. All right, I think I went through all those when we were. I have to agree. Going back to this, having to be 18 or 16, 18. Marissa says, don't get me wrong, I think the ban is good. However, we have serious issues with data breaches, and I think parents need to be held responsible for their children. Absolutely. It starts at home. I absolutely agree with you. She says, most are buying and approving half. Yep. It starts at home. You have to be so mindful of, and I know parents can't, watch their children 24/7 or teenagers, but I mean, my youngest nephew is he's 18, and they well, my sister-in-law's passed away, but they monitor, they have access to, they can get into all of his social media, everything. Just to keep an eye on it, make sure nothing nefarious comes up. See, that's what I was thinking, that Newark was in New Jersey, and that there could be a Newark, Delaware. I don't know, but yep. Chris says he agrees that parents need to be held accountable for their actions. Absolutely. Yeah. So Darcy, apparently there is a Darcy says there are other Newarks. Yeah. Um. Uh, Oh, Mr. James says probably won't be podcasting for a while, but you can bet Marion is not going to stop. Well, we'll miss you, Mr. James, but we understand. We understand. Okay, Darcy says this Newark is Newcastle County in Delaware. Thank you very much. All right, so that is once again Mr. Crockett on the screen. Quickly, his information again. Missing from Delaware, 60 years old, 6'1", 165 pounds, with brown eyes and short dark hair. Last seen 11/27, boarding a DART bus after leaving Christiana Hospital in Newark around 6:55 p.m. Last seen wearing black rimmed glasses, gray sweatshirt, black pants, black sneakers. Anyone with information, contact Delaware State Police Troop D, er, State Police Troop 6, 302-633-5000, or Delaware Crime Stoppers at 800-847-3333. And one more time, there is his picture. Please share this anywhere and everywhere that you can. All right. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so we talked about this horrible. Hopefully, I don't know about this one. I don't ever try to be negative, but I don't have a good feeling about little baby London, now 5 years old. All right, so next, we have a 50-year-old case that is not really solved, but identified. Remains have been identified 50 years later. I'm using, guess what? Genetic genealogy, one of my favorite subjects. You guys know. Let me get that article going. So this article is from the 24th. And it says remains found in Pennsylvania over 50 years ago are identified as teen girl who went missing. And her picture there, this is Ruth Elizabeth Brenneman. Went missing from York County, Pennsylvania more than 5 decades ago. The remains of a York, Pennsylvania teenager who vanished in 1973 have been identified through genealogy research and DNA analysis more than 50 years after she went missing. 2 game wardens discovered the decomposed remains under a plastic tarp and brush in a wooded area in Union Township on October 10th, 1973, according to Pennsylvania State Police. Investigators at the time were unable to identify them, but described the Jane Doe as a white female with long brown or blonde hair. The manner of her death was ruled undetermined. Over half a century later, investigators using DNA analysis. Oh, stop it. No, I don't want to finish creating my account right now. Sorry. It was making me sign in. Oh my goodness. Now it pushed me back to it pushed me back to the other article. Hang on, 1 minute. Let me get back to where I was reading from. Okay, oh, where was I at? Okay, so, over half a century later, investigators using DNA analysis and interviews with living relatives determined the remains to be those of Ruth Elizabeth Brenneman, a 14-year-old from York who had been missing since the beginning of the 1973 school year, according to police. Ruth's family said in a statement, quote, "Their work has provided us with some closure on questions that have lingered for the past 51 years. The case went cold until 2016 when police exhumed the remains from a remote corner of a cemetery in Lebanon, Pennsylvania, to obtain her DNA. That was after years of unsuccessful attempts to identify Ruth that included developing 2 busts of what the girl could have looked like. The remains were taken to an area hospital where they were examined, but it wasn't until years later, as genealogy technology advanced, that investigators last month identified the remains as belonging to Ruth. Ruth was born November 26, 1958, left for school and never returned home. Whether she actually made it to school and how far she got to and from school remains under investigation. A couple months later, her remains were found about 50 miles north of her hometown. So that would lead me to believe that she either got into to a vehicle with somebody she knew and something happened after that, or she was abducted. There were no records declaring Ruth deceased, and it's unclear whether she was reported missing at all, according to state police. As part of the genealogy research process, sorry, ads keep popping up. Close. Okay. As part of the genealogy research process, investigators interviewed family members, looked through old news articles, and perused court documents. Once you make that contact with the family, it's kind of that moment you realize who they were looking for the whole time. Pennsylvania State Police Trooper Ian Keck said at the news conference on Thursday. It kind of brings a surprise to the family. It's 51 years later, and they always had that unanswered question. And finally, with the investigation, we were kind of able to give that answer to them. The case marks another example of how investigative genetic genealogy, a field that combines DNA evidence and traditional genealogy to find biological connections between people, is helping detectives solve cold cases and identify the remains of unknown people found decades ago. Keck says at that time, genealogy was most likely in the infancy stage, but it was with the advancement of technology that was our hope to kind of keep moving forward. It is still unclear how the girl died. Pennsylvania State Police are continuing the investigation into Ruth's death to determine her last known activities. While there was, quote, some level of suspicion to her death, yeah, I mean, she was found under tarp and brush, so to me, that would lead me to believe that somebody placed her there under that tarp and brush. But whether it was a homicide is still pending through the coroner's office. Pennsylvania State Police Sergeant Josh Lacey said a $5,000 reward is being offered for information on the case. Keck said there's another part of this investigation and it is not over yet, so we need to keep going. So at least she has been identified after 50, can you imagine, 51 years. And she has been identified. Once again, another example of, like that story we had earlier, after 25 years, the sister found her brother alive. Never give up hope. Never give up hope. So that's just amazing after 50 years. 50 years. All right, let me get back into your comments. Oh, you're not interrupting, Darcy. You're fine. Yeah, absolutely. Yep, absolutely. To get word out about missing alerts and what we were talking about with this internet thing, the laws. I think that's very important, in my opinion. Absolutely. Yep. Chris says, I hope whoever took Ruth is alive and will get the rest of their life in prison. Yep. But you got to think after 50 years that if it was somebody, which in my opinion, it's just my opinion, speculation, that she was, like I said, either got into a vehicle with somebody that she may have known, may not have known them well, maybe just an acquaintance who had a nefarious intentions, or a complete stranger just snatched her up. Are they still alive? I mean, 50 years is a long time. And now it all depends on how old how old the potential alleged offender was at the time. But yeah, if they are still alive, and hopefully they can find out something. Absolutely. All right, let me grab a drink and we will see what we have next. Oh, and then, well, now we have another kind of a same situation, but is the opposite. This TikToker reveals that her ancestry, she submitted her DNA, I think, to ancestry DNA test, identified a cold case victim. Oh, it was her grandmother. Her grandmother was not the victim. Her grandmother was actually the perpetrator, and it led to the arrest of this poor young lady's grandmother. So it's kind of ironic. So let me find that article. All right. So this article is from the 24th. A TikToker reveals her ancestry DNA test identified a cold case victim and led to her own grandmother's arrest. So a woman's ancestry DNA kit solved a nearly 30-year-old cold case, but it resulted in her grandmother facing a possible life sentence in prison. A TikTok user, Jenna, recently went viral after she explained how the results of her ancestry DNA kit led to her grandmother's arrest. She began her video with a bit of background on her family, noting that she, quote, never met her grandmother and, quote, didn't even know her name until she was about 15. She then explained that her grandmother was a suspect in the unsolved baby Garnet case, which was, quote, very popular in the town that she grew up in. So back in June of 1997, the Mackinac County Sheriff's Office and Michigan State Police opened the investigation. Once again, trigger warning. After, quote, the remains of a deceased infant were discovered in a campground pit toilet at the Garnet Lake Campground in the Upper Peninsula, Hudson Township. This is according to the Michigan Department Attorney General's office. At the time, an autopsy determined, quote, the decedent to have been a term or near-term infant of a gestational age of 36 to 42 weeks. The deceased became known as, quote, Baby Garnet for the next 27 years. However, it wasn't until May of this year that Nancy Ann Gerwatowski was charged with 1 count each of open homicide, involuntary manslaughter, and concealing the death of an individual. She will now go to trial for the cold case homicide and is facing a life sentence in prison if she is found guilty. In her TikTok video, Jenna noted that while she couldn't share everything that happened to her grandmother, she could share, quote, her story about getting an ancestry DNA kit 2 years ago. She explained that she received a phone call from a police officer in Michigan 1 year after she got back her ancestry results. She says he was like, I just want to let you know I reopened a cold case from 25 years ago, and your DNA is a direct match to the victim of this case, which was Baby Garnet. As Jenna spoke with the officer, he said he wanted to connect her with a woman from Chicago, Illinois, who runs a worldwide database. However, Jenna admitted she had a few concerns when she spoke to the woman from Chicago after she was asked for a password. So she felt like she was being scammed, so she hung up the phone. And it wasn't until a week later that her mother called her, telling her to come home. When she arrived, Jenna saw one of her cousins who had told her that the phone call with the woman in Chicago was not a scam after all. When Jenna called the woman back, she agreed to put her DNA into the worldwide database, and from there, her DNA came back, quote, as a distant relative to someone involved in the Baby Garnet case. After her mother also agreed to offer her DNA, Jenna soon learned that her grandmother was a suspect. She says they ended up finding out that it's not a distant relative to my mom, but a direct relative. And the only other person it could have been was my mom's mother. They kind of started doing their own investigation and figured out that's who it was. So our minds were blown. I mean, can you imagine? Can you just imagine? Jenna added, mind you, I've never met this woman before. She is literally the person that they've been looking for 25 years, and it's all because of an ancestry DNA kit. Despite detailing how the investigation unfolded since receiving her ancestry DNA results, Jenna revealed that she was unable to discuss anything else about the incident. The Independent contacted Jenna for comment. According to local Michigan news outlet Wood TV, Nancy Ann Gerwatowski was arrested in July of 2022 and placed in the Mackinac County Jail on an open homicide warrant as a suspect in the 1997 Baby Garnet case. Her arrest came after investigative efforts were renewed in 2017 when a Michigan State Police Detective Sergeant initiated familial genetic genealogical tracing with the assistance of a private laboratory and the FBI, which by this time had possessed the remains of Baby Garnet. A lab received remains to test in 2020, and in 2022, a DNA profile was developed and returned, indicating a specific familial lineage. Those results led to Nancy Gerwatowski, who was then living in Wyoming. The Michigan Attorney General's office stated that additional DNA testing of Gurwatowski obtained through a search warrant had indeed confirmed her parentage to baby Garnet. The state also claimed that Gurwatowski was alone when she delivered her baby, who passed away due to asphyxiation. However, the baby's death could have been prevented by medical intervention, which Gurwatowski reportedly did not seek. A hearing is scheduled for December 12th, according to court records, to decide if Gurwatowski's statement and her lack of prenatal health care can be used in the trial. The hearing will also determine if her concealing the death of an individual charge can be dismissed. So that is just a total opposite of the the case before, where they identified the remains of a victim after 50 years. And then we have this case using the same genetic genealogy that apparently, allegedly, has found a perpetrator who has now been or could be charged with open homicide or involuntary or voluntary manslaughter. So it's just amazing what this genetic genealogy can do. But there's still obviously controversy surrounding it about how it can be used, especially in cases like this where someone has been arrested. It's just crazy, crazy, crazy. Yeah, see, that's exactly what I'm getting at. Marissa says, I'm concerned about this woman. She said they contacted her through Ancestry, but Ancestry does not allow law enforcement to use their database, which could lead to the case being thrown out, in my opinion. Yeah, see, that's the whole thing. It's some, and I'm not, just from what I've read, there are a couple, and Ancestry is not one of them, and I always forget, is GEDmatch and maybe one other one that law enforcement can use DNA. But yeah, I think for other ones, and I think on some, if you submit your DNA to some of these DNA websites, you are given the option to say yes or no if it can be used by law enforcement for anything. But now I don't know which sites give that option, or if, and then there are some sites that don't give that option at all. So yeah, it's still very tricky when it comes to things like this. Aquarian says, I submitted my DNA through Ancestry and I agreed to allow my results to be added to a research lab. So it is an option in my understanding. Yeah, like I said, there are some. And I need to ask, because my one of my brothers submitted his DNA. I can't remember which, if he used Ancestry or 23andMe, whichever. I keep meaning to ask him if, when he submitted it, if he was given an option to allow law enforcement to be able to use it or not. I'll have to ask him, remember to ask him about that. And Marissa says the research lab is for medical research, not for legal investigations. Yep. Yeah, Marissa says GEDmatch gives the option, and FTDNA. Yep, GEDmatch is the only one I could ever remember that does allow law enforcement to use it for legal purposes. All right. Well, I think that was the last story I had. So if you guys have anything else you want to talk about for a few more minutes, let's see, we've been on here. Oh, we're doing good. We're under 2 hours. I think that's a new record for me for one of my True Crime After Dark live stream, under 2 hours. Let's see. There's Miss Miranda Lee. Hello, Miranda. Good to have you here, my dear. Always good to have Miranda here. I hope you're doing well, honey. Oh, I didn't make a slide for it, but I don't even know. We were talking about Menendez earlier, just a little bit. Let me find an article. They're not going to get a hearing until the end of January. Let me see if I can find the article. No, I don't want a video. I want an article. Okay, this might be it. All right, this is from CNN. Let me see if it'll let me share my screen. Oh, take that down so we can see what we're reading here. May take it a second for it to come up. Let me change my layout, make it a little bit bigger. Did it change? Okay. Right. So there's a back in the day picture of the brothers. So this article is from the 25th. So a judge in California has delayed a scheduled resentencing hearing for Lyle and Eric Menendez at the brothers' first hearing since they were sentenced to life in prison for taking the lives of their parents in 1989, and the latest step in their bid to regain freedom. Los Angeles Superior Court Judge Michael Jessic said at a Monday status hearing the resentencing date, originally scheduled for December 11th, will be pushed to January 30th. Jessic said he rescheduled the hearing to give the new district attorney time to review the case. And that's been mentioned in a lot of articles since this has all started, about giving the new district attorney time to review all the case and evidence to be able to make his decision. So current Los Angeles County District Attorney George Gascon was resoundingly voted out of office earlier this month and will be replaced by Nathan Hochman next week. Gascon recommended resentencing for the brothers in October, which could allow them to be released from prison after almost 30 years. The brothers are currently incarcerated in San Diego, appeared virtually for the status hearing, which was their first court appearance since their 1996 conviction. Technical issues prevented them from being shown on video. Okay. The two men were last seen in public during their second trial for the homicide of their parents. After their first trial ended with two deadlocked juries, they were found guilty in a second trial, sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The judge imposed strict restrictions on the courtroom. For Monday's hearing, no cameras were allowed in court. 16 seats in the court were offered to the public via lottery in the hours before the hearing, according to a news release from the Los Angeles Superior Court. Sisters of both victims testified in favor of resentencing the brothers Monday. Joan Vandermolen, the sister of Kitty Menendez, said, quote, "It's time for them to come home," and began to tear up in court. She went on to say, "No child should have to endure what Eric and Lyle did." Vandermolen, who the brothers' attorney Mark Garrigo said will celebrate her 93rd birthday Tuesday, told the court, no children should have to live in fear day by day that their dad would come and assault them. Jose Menendez's sister, Terry Baralt, who is 85, said she would like to, quote, "hug them and see them and not have to visit a jail to do so." Throughout their two trials, the brothers have not disputed that they did take the lives of their parents. Instead, they argued that they did it in self-defense after suffering years of SA, emotional, and physical abuse. Prosecutors, meanwhile, said the homicides were premeditated, committed so the men could obtain their parents' multi-million-dollar estate. The push to re-examine the case began in 2023 when a Peacock docuseries featured another alleged victim saying that he was assaulted by Jose, the brother's father. Attorneys for the Menendez brothers filed a habeas petition asking the court to reconsider the conviction and sentence in light of new evidence from the other alleged victim and from a letter Eric wrote about the abuse prior to the homicides. In October, Gascon filed a motion recommending a judge resentence the siblings, which could allow them to be released immediately. Gascon told CNN not only have they worked on their own self-improvement, but they have done a lot of work to better the life of those around them. I believe they have served enough time. Speaking after the Monday hearing, Garagos said that he hoped they would be released from prison at the end of January. Garagos described Vandermolen and Baralt's testimony as extremely moving in an evening interview with CNN. The brothers are, quote, clearly not at risk for committing any violent act going forward, and the victims are here articulating under the California Constitution that they want them released. If the brothers are released, they will likely continue to engage in prison rehabilitation and reform, Garagos said. I see them continuing to do that work. They both expressed that that's exactly what they like to do and make it their life's work. So the rest of it is just we know the backstory of what happened. If you don't, I will put a link. Let me see if I can put a link to this particular article in the chat so you can read it. Oh, come on, StreamYard. Now my StreamYard is not wanting to come up on my computer. There it is. Okay. Come on. Well, hold on. Everything's slowing down on my computer. Oh, Lordy. Anyway, we know the oh, I may have to go out of my StreamYard and come back in. Everything's frozen up. Hold on. Oh my goodness. For some reason, everything's frozen up on my. What is going on? My computer has frozen up. All right, let me go to my phone real quick. Let me get down to where I was in comments. Okay, there I was at. I can't use my words. Once again, okay. Okay, there. Marissa says, I'm sitting here at the moment with a heap of the sites open, linking family members trying to identify NPE. What is NPE? You have to explain that to me, Marissa. Oh, goodness, Miranda. I'm sorry to hear that. Miranda says, sorry I missed so much. I'm in the hospital. I don't want anyone making a big deal out of it. Well, dear, we will. I hope you're okay. But evidently something's going on if you're in the hospital. Thoughts, prayers, and good vibes. Absolutely. Thank you, Aquarian. Says, thank you, Southern Gal, and everyone. I need to find my pillow now. Take care, everybody. Good night, Aquarian. Good to have you here. Oh, Black Knight 007 has been a member for 6 months. Happy holidays. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Man, I don't know why. Hold on, let me try turning my computer off. Let me, oh, and also, okay, let me find my, what I'm looking for. Everyone gets the moo cow. Let me find the moo cow. Gotta find it. There it is. Thank you so much, Black Knight 007. You are fantastic. You are a rock star. Thank you for being a member for 6 months. We love having you here. Did I miss some? Oh, Miranda says it said my membership was paused today, so I had to fix it. Oh, and Miranda, yep, Miss Miranda has been here for 7 months. I believe she was my very first member. So you get your moo cow. And also, before I forget, let me find it. I swear it's so hard to do things on my phone. I'm trying to get my computer to come back up. Give me 1 second, guys. The video that I did for, I believe, Jennifer Blackman, Miss Gail Hurd sent a $5 super thanks for that. So thank you, Miss Gail, for the $5 super thanks for that video. If you have not watched that video of Jennifer Blackman missing, I believe from Georgia, please watch it, like it, comment it, share it, share it, share it anywhere and everywhere you can to help find this young lady. So let me go down and find the moo cow again. Sorry, once again, I'm having to do it from my phone, and I'm still trying to get my computer to come back up. I don't know why it just completely froze up. All right, here we go. So thank you once again, Black Knight 007, Miss Miranda, and Miss Gail, Miss Miranda and Black Knight 007 for memberships for 6 and 7 months. And Miss Gail Herb for the $5 super thanks for the video. I appreciate it so much. Let's see what I got. Just trying to get my computer to come up. It is not letting me in. Come on. Chris said Garagos is an attorney I've not been thinking about. Yeah, he was one of the original attorneys from back in the day. Why is my computer not? I know you hear me banging on my computer. It's not letting me in to sign in or put my PIN in to get in. Oh Lordy. Anyway. Okay, hold on. Let me go back and take that down. Okay. Oh goodness, Miranda says she has a bad kidney infection and sepsis. Oh my gosh. Miss Thanksgiving with my family. Miss my kid coming home from college and bringing her cat to visit. I'm so sorry, Miranda. I hope you get to feeling better. Weren't you just in the hospital not too long ago with, I don't know if it was a kidney infection or something, but I know you were in the hospital. Oh, Miranda, don't listen to people who say that. They don't know what they're talking about. Oh my goodness, I do not know what is with my computer, but it will not let me in. Let me try turning it off and on again. Don't know if it went. Don't know why it went kaplooey on me all of a sudden. All right, you guys have anything else? If not, we will start getting out of here. It's been a little bit over 2 hours. My back is about to give out on me. But thank you everybody for being here as always. Chris said there's a new person in chat. Did I miss somebody? I got Miranda. Hope I did miss something. Hold on, let me go back down. Okay, got that. I'm just going back to make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, there we go. Now it'll finally let me into my computer. Thank goodness. So I got Black Knight 007, member for 6 months. Now nothing will come up on my. Okay, so Chris says I should discuss the TikToker who was found to say. Oh, I remember reading something about that. Miranda said, "Yeah, your membership is showing up. Or at least it showed up in the your 7 months." Oh, there's okay. I'm sorry. Justice for Crystal McCrory Jones. Says thank you for sharing these stories. Absolutely. I'm sorry I missed your comment. As must have been when I was trying to put out the dumpster fire that my of my laptop. Let me see if I can get back into StreamYard on my laptop. So much easier to look at comments and things of that nature on my laptop. But welcome, Justice for Crystal McCrory Jones. I will have to look at that. Are you on Facebook? Hold on, let me see if I can get into StreamYard and oh, hold on. 1 minute, 1 minute. Oh, no, I don't want to restore the pages. I don't know if it will let me. Oh, there it goes. It's working slowly but surely. Okay, here we go. Almost there, guys. I promise. Slowly but surely. I don't know why my computer locked up like that all of a sudden. Okay, it's being slow. No, I don't want to hide. All right, let me just go back to my phone. While it's oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, there's Miranda. Let me go back and oh goodness. Now hold on. Stuff is popping up. Okay, so Paula, I missed this one. Paula had said, what with the new accusations on the father, is it possible for them to change their plea for self-defense? I don't know. I'm not a lawyer professional, but they were tried and convicted. And I've always, when we've talked about this case, I've always said, just my opinion, that in my opinion, their case was not a self-defense case. In my opinion, it was premeditated. They reloaded. I've always understood, now once again, I'm not a professional, but I've always understood that to use self-defense, you have to be in imminent fear at that moment that you're in danger of being in bodily harm or death. And they basically ambush their parents. Everything I've read leads me, in my opinion, like I said, in my opinion, believe it was premeditated. So and since they were convicted, I don't know how that works. I think that about the only thing they can do is basically what they're doing now is trying to get it re-sentenced. from resentence from life without parole down to like 30 so many years, so that way they can basically do time served and be set free. But that's just my limited basic understanding of the situation. Yes, we are absolutely happy that you found this channel, Justice for Crystal McCrory Jones. Oh, and I was going to say, if you're on Facebook, I don't know if you are or not, you can find me on Facebook at either under Southern Gal True Crime. I have a Facebook group called Southern Gal True Crime, and my profile account is Dawn SGTG, SGTC, excuse me, Southern Gal Dawn SGTC. You can send me a friend request, and I would be happy to. You can message me, you can email me. If you're not on Facebook, let me find my oh, I had the wrong one up, but you can email me, southerngaltruecrime@hotmail.com. I can't find none of my banners are in the right place. Or that's the one I was looking for. Yeah, find me on Facebook at Southern Gal True Crime. Absolutely. All right, let's see what we got here. Yeah, so Miranda said, yeah, last month she had 26 inpatient hospitalizations for a severe kidney infection, surgery on urinary system. Yeah, okay, that is, yeah, the urinary infection. Bless your heart. Bless your heart. All right, let me take that banner down. Okay. Well, Miranda, I hope you get well as soon as possible. Okay, Darcy said, where'd it go? Oh my goodness. Darcy said, I know there's a YouTube channel for Crystal. If you happen to know the what it's called, is that what it's called? Somebody can find it, or I'll find it. Somebody can find it if you can find it now. And okay, Chris says, is that the name of the YouTube channel? Justice for Crystal McCrory Jones. Let me see if I can get the YouTube side to come up, and I'll see if I can find it. Give me 1 second. I had to bring up my different browser for YouTube, or the YouTube side. I may have missed some comments. Hold on. Okay, so Marissa, I asked what NPE is. Marissa says NPE, non-parental event. Basically, I am using DNA to work out my brother-in-law's father, my father-in-law's father, and my great-grandmother's parents. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. I'm just making sure. I'm just going through on my phone and make sure I didn't miss any other comments, since my computer decided to freak out on me a while ago. Oh yeah, I can give Miranda a wrench. Hold on. I'm gonna be on YouTube anyway. Yep, I can give Miranda a wrench and she can link it. Give me 1 second. Do, do, do. I don't know why it brings up 2 tabs when I try to go to YouTube. Okay, it's working. It's working. Takes it a minute. I didn't feed the squirrels enough, as Arctic would say, to get my computer running. Right. There is Miranda. Why won't they give me any options to do? Oh, there it is. Okay. Add as moderator. All right, Miranda, you should have a wrench now, my dear. You should have a wrench. All right, let me go back over to StreamYard side. Make sure oh goodness. Okay. Make sure caught up in comments, haven't missed anything. Hey, Sunday Doodles. Good to have you here. Sunday Doodle says, hope you all had a good Thanksgiving. Absolutely. We hope you had one also. Excellent. Is that well, if I can get it to come up. There it is. Is that it, Miranda? Thank you so much. Hey, back to you, Sunday. We just almost had it. We had a mini dumpster fire. I think I got it put out, though. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Miranda. See if I can. Oh, no, wrong side. Let me go to that channel and on the YouTube side and subscribe. So I won't forget or I won't lose the link, because a lot of times when I go back and watch the replay on the lives, sometimes the chat will come up and sometimes it won't. All right. I am now subscribed and notifications are set to all. Absolutely. Please, everybody go over Justice for Crystal McCory Jones, subscribe, set the notifications to all. I will definitely check out everything on here. I will share this on Facebook, on my YouTube community wall. I will look into it. Like I said, anybody can get if you're on YouTube, you can get in touch with me. I mean, on Facebook, you can get in touch with me on Facebook and Messenger. If not, feel free to email me, and I will be more than happy to do a video, a live stream, or anything I can do to help bring more awareness. Most definitely. All right, let's see. I'm going up here a little bit over 2 hours. All right, does anybody have anything else? If not, we will start getting out of here for the night. Oh, see who's winning the game. Haven't even been paying attention. I've been watching the Georgia and Georgia Tech game. Oh man, it's tied up. Oh, it's in second 2 overtimes. Holy moly. Uh-oh. Did Georgia Tech win? If Georgia Tech win, oh my goodness, Mrs. Steve. Mrs. Steve is not going to be a happy camper if Georgia gets beat, if her Bulldogs get beat. Mm-mm-mm. Sorry, I'm just watching my see if it's in. Okay, it's 40. Okay. Okay, so Paula says, back to the Menendez case for a second. Can they only get a life sentence for the homicide of the mother? The father is a different case. He didn't deserve to be killed. Homicide is the ultimate abuse. I agree with you. He, in my opinion, even, and I've said this before, and most of the times that we've discussed this case, even if the abuse allegations are true, that does not give anybody, no matter who it is, does not give anybody the right to take the law and, taking matters into your own hands. And once again, in my opinion, this case did not fall under the self-defense. They, in my opinion, once again, it was premeditated. They were not at that moment in fear of bodily harm, or they're in fear that their lives are going to be taken by their father. Once again, they also reloaded, or one of them, I can't remember if it's Lyle or Eric, reloaded the firearm to go back, basically to finish his mother off. And supposedly she had nothing to do with it. Maybe except for not, if she knew about it, if it happened, just not doing anything about it, allowing it to happen. So yeah, I agree. It's nobody. They had plenty of chances. They had, or at least one of them had a shrink, a psychiatrist that supposedly he told. I can't, like I said, once again, I can't remember if it's Lyle or Eric. Supposedly at one point told his shrink about it. They did not go to law enforcement to tell anybody, or anybody, other family members. Aside from this mysterious letter that one of them wrote, that nobody can find the original of. All they have is a copy, or a whatever it is of. So, but yeah, that's just my opinions on this case. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yes, I hope so. Paul asked me if I'll be on Dave's Out on the Cows tomorrow night. I hope so. Yes, I plan on being on it. I wasn't on it last week due to my gallbladder flare up, and I was too sick to be on it. But yes, hopefully, as far as I know, unless it's just because of the holiday weekend, I'm assuming Dave will be doing his live stream tomorrow night, and hopefully I will be there, and hopefully he will allow me to come up on panel with him. Yeah, Sunday says, I think that abuse should have been a mitigating factor at least. Yeah. But did they, so I had to refresh my memory. Did they bring up the alleged abuse at the trial or before the trial? Or was it like years after, when they brought up this abuse? I don't remember. Honestly, I don't. It's been a while since I've done a deep dive into this case. Miss Darcy says, if you have Spotify, yes, I have Spotify. Bayou Secrets, Crystal McCrory Jones is another place to get information. Thank you so much. Yes, I may listen to that when I lay down tonight. So Bayou Secrets. Yes, that's where I listen to all of my podcasts and music. All of my podcasts, most of my music. Sometimes I listen to some of my music on iHeartRadio, but for the most part, I stick with Spotify. So they did bring up the abuse at the trial. Okay. Like I said, I honestly can't remember. Like I said, it's been so long since I've, of course, back in the day when it was going on, I absolutely remembered it. But that's been, 30 something years ago. Okay. Darcy says news didn't cover it that I am aware of. Oh, and I was gonna, yeah, that's another thing I was gonna do. Gonna look at, apparently, while we're talking about the Menendez brothers, apparently one of their wives is now wanting a separation, or something of that nature. see if I can find that. Mm, let's see. Okay, so it's Lyle's wife. Okay, so let me see. Once again, let me see if I can get it to work. Let me see if it'll share my screen. While we're on the subject of the Menendez brothers. Once again, it may take a second for it to come up. Or more than a second. Oh, there it goes. It's taking its time. There it is. Okay. All right. So apparently, see if I can get rid of these ads out of the way. Lyle Menendez's wife, Rebecca Sneed, says they are separated after 21 years of marriage. The announcement came just days before a court hearing that could potentially determine whether Lyle and his brother might walk free. The wife of Lyle Menendez has announced their separation after more than 20 years of marriage. Rebecca Sneed, who is his second wife, made the announcement on a Facebook page bearing his name that she runs. She wrote, "This is not a cheating scandal. Lyle and I have been separated for a while now, but remain best friends and family. I continue to run his Facebook pages with input from him, and I'm forever committed to the enduring fight for Lyle and Eric's freedom, as has been so evident over the years." Menendez and Sneed have been married since 2003. NBC News reported at the time that the pair had known each other for 10 years. The separation announcement came just days before Lyle and his brother Eric are set to appear virtually in court after they submitted a motion for resentencing. Previously, the brothers, who are serving life sentences for the homicides of their parents, filed a habeas corpus petition that cited evidence intended to support their claims that their father, Jose, essayed them. If a judge rules in their favor, it's possible Lyle and Eric could be released after decades behind bars. People previously reported that Sneed became a lawyer after marrying Lyle and visited him in prison weekly. Our interactions tend to be very free of distractions, and we probably have more intimate conversations than most married spouses do, who are distracted by life's events. Lyle told people in a 2017 interview about his marriage. We try and talk on the phone every day, sometimes several times a day. I have a very steady, involved marriage, and that helps sustain me and brings a lot of peace and joy. It's a counter to the unpredictable, very stressful environment here. As Sneed did not specify when she and Lyle first separated, but says that she will continue to update his supporters on the Facebook page. She wrote, "I will never stop fighting for them. Please continue to join us in this fight." So, sorry, getting into a more comfortable position here. So, that is the latest on the marriage. Apparently, it said it was his second wife, so I don't know who his first wife was. But apparently, they've been separated. Not recently, like I thought, but for a while. Put that back up there. Let's see. Miranda, you should just be able to go and put it on live chat. Are you talking about on the YouTube side? Just go to the chat and put it on if it's on top chat, just change it to, I think it says a live chat, and you should get all the messages. Sunday Doodle says, I agree. What they did was a heck no. I do understand brain development during childhood is afflicted with long-term abuse. I don't know. Just wish an adult would have stepped in before that. Absolutely. I agree. Yeah. Wish an adult would have stepped in before that happened. Absolutely. I agree. Paula says, why didn't she change her last name? I don't know. Don't know. Wait, is Dave here? Hold on. Did I miss something? Is somebody talking to Dave? I haven't seen Dave in here tonight unless he's lurking. Let's see. Get back down in. Okay, there's where I was. Oh, you still having problems, Miranda? Miranda said, good grief. Oh, Miranda says, yes, it's not giving me that choice or a pair. See, that's been, I've noticed in other creators chats I've been in, some people don't have the option to change for some reason to change from top chat to all chat. I don't know if it's a glitch in the system somewhere or something. Because they also mentioned something about scissors. So I don't. I'm sorry, Miranda. I don't know how to fix that. Darcy says a lot of women who have good careers before marriage don't change their names. Absolutely. Well, the game is still going now. It's tied at 40-40. Okay. All right, I think let me go back and check on my bookmarks, make sure I got everything that we was going to talk about. And thank you for everybody, Miss Darcy earlier, for the silver alerts and missing person alerts that she brought my attention to that we shared. Absolutely, thank you so much for that. Always important to get those alerts out as soon as possible. All right, guys, we've been on here about 2.5 hours, so I think my back is giving out on me and my voice is about to give out. So I thank you so much, everybody that was here. Thank you to everybody in chat. Thank you to lurkers. We love our lurkers. Oh, hey, Matahari, were you lurking, dear? She says that's all that she has. Option 2. Wow. Is it just after y'all became I made y'all mods, gave you wrenches, that it took away the option for the chat? That is weird. That is weird. Because like I said, I've been there's been people in here, chatters in here that said that happened to them here. And then when I've been in other creators chats, people in chat have mentioned that they can only get to top chat and not to all chat. Oh, you're on the phone. That's all right. That's all right. Good to have you here. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving who observes. Okay, so Matahari says she thinks so just since I became. Well, that is weird. We might have to do an experiment that if I take a wrench away, if that would see if it changes back to where you can do both chat. I mean, of course, I would give the wrench back, but Paula says she had a good Thanksgiving. Excellent. So we will be back live, unless something unforeseen happens. We'll be back live for our usual Missing Person Monday live stream. I haven't looked yet to see which state is next. I think we did Nebraska this week. We're still in the Midwestern states, so we'll be back live Monday. Yep. Chris says, see you around the YouTube streets, everyone. Yes. Thank you, everybody who's watching replay. We would love our replay crew. Once again, if it let me go over there. Thank you, Black Knight 007, member for 6 months. Thank you so much. And Miss Miranda Lee has been a member for 7 months. Thank you so much. One more time. We'll give everybody a moo cow. Everybody deserves a moo cow. And then we will get out. Thank you so much to each and every one of you. I love you guys. Absolutely. Thank you for all the support, all the likes, all the comments. Thanks for watching the videos. Thanks for watching if you're replay crew on live stream. Thanks to everybody who comes in the live stream and chats with us. Yes, absolutely. Matahari says, have a great weekend, everyone. Absolutely. You too. Miss Barbara, Timmy's Legacy, says, good night, everyone. Good to see you all. Absolutely a pleasure to have Miss Barbara here. Chris says, stay safe and warm. Okay, Miranda says she will research to see if it's a setting on your channel or something I can figure out. Yeah, if you figure something out, let us know, because I truly have no idea. No idea why it does that. All right, guys. Like I said, we'll be back Monday for a Missing Person Monday live stream. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I will see you Monday. Thanks, guys.